Pod, East Podcast, WATP.
When we last left Greg Opie Hughes, he was down in Atlanta bitching about this wedding he had to go to.
I know.
Non-stop this past week. Oh, this week, it's crazy. I got to go to a wedding. There's Easter. What else? No, that's it.
And the bitching continues.
And the bitching, yes, thank you. Producer Chris read the script ahead of time. He knows. The bitching continues.
And I just want to add that I know he flew JetBlue. I know that he flew coach. I know what time he left. I know how he got to the airport. And I know who picked him up. And I know what his tummy was like on the ride back from the flight. You know, I also did a couple flights during this time we last saw each other. I don't have to bring it up. There's nothing interesting there, and there was nothing interesting in his story.
Chris was in a vehicle with Vinnie Paulino for 48 hours, and I haven't heard one story from it.
See, that's a live stream I would pay for.
Good morning, Nick. I was in Atlanta for my nephew's wedding. Then I flew back for Easter. Then I had to jump in a car to come out here to get a few things done at the house. Oh, my God. Ken Mosca, good morning to you, brother. What's up, Deb? What's up, Jamie Lynn?
So I just thought that was fun that Ken Mosca is also showing up on this show. I wonder how Kevin Brennan would feel about that. Oh, now Ken Mosca is wishing Opie a good morning. So that guy's making the rounds. So Opie starts off the show. That's the very first thing, bitching about the schedule. Mm-hmm. Guys, I had to fly to my nephew's brain surgeon's wedding. Mm-hmm. Hang out with my buddy who lives in Atlanta, who I don't get to catch up with very often. I got to stay at his house. And he also, I'm not going to play this video because it's so boring. They do a tour of Atlanta together. That's a live stream that Opie did.
Wow.
And then I had to come home, and my wife had arranged all the things for Easter, and I just hung out with the family for Easter. And then, listen to this. I had to drive from the high-rise apartment I live in on the Upper West Side of Manhattan all the way to the Hamptons, where I live on the beach, and then come here. So it's tough. I'm sure you guys have your problems too, but it's not great.
So the drive was the only thing he actually had to do because everything else was already in the past.
Correct.
So it was a beautiful drive.
He'll never stop bitching.
Yeah.
He'll just never stop bitching about this schedule that he has.
And my tomato plants won't grow.
Oh, you saw this one too. He's got the tomato plants behind him and it's too cold out.
Idiot.
All right, let's start with the first topic. Because as you know, Opie's a guy who preps his show. He's got his talking points ready to go. And he wants to come out of the gate and hit his first topic and really lean into it.
Starting to think that the Pope dying is a big deal. I had no idea this Pope thing was a big deal. Supposedly we gotta we gotta put our flags at half mast for the Pope.
The Pope.
Should we do that for the Pope? Trump's saying we got to do that for the Pope.
If I had nothing to say about the Pope, and I don't, I might do things like, and then they're saying the Pope, the Pope.
Did you say he's auditioning for a radio job? Because could you imagine WABC, we're live at the scene at the Vatican where we found out the Pope just died. Take it away, Opie. This is like a big deal or something.
People are making a big deal about the Pope dying. Like, Opie, how many times have a Pope died in your lifetime? I'm sure quite a few. They make a big deal about it every time. It's big news.
Even if you don't know the religion of the Pope, the only thing you know about the word Pope is that it's like a big deal and people care about it.
Right. Yes. So then he brings up the Facebook group that he has because one of the chatters in his chat room he knows about from the Facebook group, the Pod Squad, I believe they used to be called. I don't know if they still are, but they were always the Pod Squad.
You're a struggling actor. I know that much, Andy. And he's got a movie out, and he was very proud and talking about it in our private Facebook group. You can join the private Facebook group. You go to my regular Facebook, which is Opie Radio Fans, and then you can subscribe for a few bucks. Helps the cause. And Andy was talking about his new movie in there, all right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Opie's Facebook group costs a few bucks to join, and he doesn't say, that just like covers the cost or something like that. No, it goes towards the cause. It helps him out. He needs people to sign up for his private Facebook group to support his lifestyle, is what it sounds like. That's what he just said, anyway.
He absolutely did. And I would like to add, I might be taking it personally, but he's jealous of this guy. He's not a struggling actor. He's an actor with a movie out. You're the struggling radio guy without a show. This guy's got a gig.
Yeah, he's actually
not
promoting
struggling.
something. He's like, oh, he's struggling. He's promoting this thing. He's like, no, that's what you do when you have something to promote.
Why would you say it like that?
Good
John
point.
does the same thing. You see on
You're
the
right.
last Stuttering John episode, somebody compliments Clearwater Chad, and John has to cut the guy off before he can finish the compliment
That's
to
funny.
bring everything back to him. Same instincts.
Well, so we just heard that Opie needs people to sign up for the private Facebook group to help the cause. And he was on Gebhard's show, the Live from Gebhard show on tax day. And this is an interesting thing that we learned.
Welcome to tax day. Did you get your taxes filed?
Deferred. I'm good.
Oh, you defer.
I got extension
I'm getting
every year.
I'm getting because I don't make a lot of money these days. I'm getting $3,000 back.
Hey, that's something.
Yeah, let's have a party,
Let's
man.
have a party.
Wow.
Opie on tax day is getting $3,000 back. What? I don't even know.
Did you say 3,000?
That's how much it takes for me to come on the show.
And he was smiling so wide. You never see him
know.
happy. He was proud.
He's so excited about that. Yeah. So that's interesting. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. Okay. You guys ready for a hot take on J.D. Vance? Mm-hmm. Now, as you know, J.D. Vance was talking to the Pope right before the Pope died.
The Pope.
And so Opie is going to bring his insight and his angle in on this.
He's looking at a very, very sick old man, and he was thinking he was seeing the vibrant young Pope, and he was looking for some of that magic. And Pope Francis is like, no, there's no magic. I'm a man just like you, JD. Can you leave me alone? Here's a blessing. And the Pope Francis is just giving some weird blessing.
Is that what happened?
Yes. Opie just said.
Opie's got a whole thing he's figured out in his head about this interaction and how J.D. Vance was thinking about it and feeling about it, what was actually happening.
And great impression.
Good stuff. Yeah, I felt like I was there. Mm-hmm. Now,
I wish the Pope did talk like that. I'm just one man.
here's your blessing. Now, one of the things that's a staple of Opie's show these days is weather talk. And I know you guys are thinking, like, why would we talk about the weather? Because it's fascinating.
Yes.
It never gets old, and Opie really crushes it.
But this weather doesn't feel like it's 6 weeks away from us moving out here. That's for sure. It's 48 degree. 48 degree. What? It's almost May. It's almost May. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ron, what the hell's going on with the weather? Is it climate change? You can't say global warming, because when it's this cold out here, people will go, "Where's your global warming now?"
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I like that he brought that amazing conversation about the weather,
Yeah.
and then seamlessly brought in his guest and just continued that conversation going.
He knows how to build.
He does. Yeah, that was well done. I'm sure Ron's going to have something funny to say about that. Adam, you know this global warming thing, but it's only 48 degrees in the Hamptons in mid-April.
He goes to the same school of broadcasting that Quad does, because Quad would ask me a question and then explain what my answer is supposed to be for a couple minutes afterwards, and then, leave it up to me to remember what he was even talking about.
Right. Pretty good stuff. So Ron is on, and Ron is very proud of himself. He's got a new piece of equipment, and he's ready to be a professional finally on the Opsters show.
I feel like, do you notice like the sound is better or the clarity is better?
Of what?
Our connection. I'm using a brand new device.
Oh, you do? Oh, unfortunately, your video is way better. Unfortunately.
So here's the deal. I actually have the most technically advanced smartphone in existence right now. I am talking to you with the Pixel 9 Pro XL. What do you think of that? Dude,
He sounds like shit.
Yep.
It was the first thing I picked up on. I'm like, what is wrong with this audio? He's like, can you believe how good this is?
I'm talking to you on a Coleco.
He calls the Pixel 9 XL Pro the greatest device to ever be invented. This guy falls for marketing, I would imagine.
He did one thing right. He knew that you're supposed to podcast in front of a wood-paneled wall.
That's true. He's killing it. And have some light on your face rather than just behind you. I can actually see what Ron looks like and see the facial expressions that he's making, unlike Opie. It's like a Star Wars villain.
Did you notice that Opie has to be broadcasting in front of like an expensive backdrop? It has to be New York City. It has to be this Hampton Beach. It has to be 55 floors above the ground. And his friend Buzzy, he was willing to go all the way to Atlanta and broadcast there because the guy had a really nice pool and landscaped lawn. When you show off opulence but hide your face, it makes you seem weak and scared.
Yes. And also, in France, there was a revolution. These are the people they targeted. It's people like Opie. All right, so Opie then admits that while Ron looks great on his new Pixel 9 XL Pro or whatever it is, Opie, not so much.
You know, after you babbling like that about your new phone, which, by the way, has a much better video than my GoPro camera that I have set up. I don't understand this. Maybe I need more light on the situation. Man, I wish I was at your house because I would throw your new phone in the toilet.
Good instincts. Good instincts, Opie. Never stop being the shock jock that fucks with people. And he goes on to explain he can't even afford this phone, but he got it through Verizon for $300 and normally it's $1,500. He doesn't have that kind of money. And Opie's first instinct is just like, yeah, I'd love to like destroy that thing in front of your face. See how you feel about that. But I also love the fact that finally Opie goes, why don't I look very good? Oh, maybe because I don't have the lighting correct. Yes, Opie, you don't have the lighting correct. I couldn't believe when we were watching him at Buzzy's house and they're outside of the backyard in front of the pool. And then we see the reflection in that one frame
of the ring light.
And we see Opie brought the ring light with him to Atlanta and set it up outside as if that was going to do anything.
I had it in my winter coat.
Yeah.
I could imagine with his wife just being like, you're bringing the ring light?
He set it up behind the sun so there'd be no shadow.
Smart. Good move. But Opie explains why he actually appreciates the fact that he's kind of not lit up and you can't really see his face.
It must be because it's really bright behind me. It's okay because I got tired face.
Don't hide your face, man. Don't hide your face.
I'm not trying to hide my face, but I got tired face. That's for sure. I flew down to Atlanta for my nephew's wedding. Then I flew back. I was, traveling all day, and then I had to be a dad for Easter. Well, I mean, I like being a dad, but you know what I mean?
And then right into more bitching. I got tired face, but you know why? Because I did 2 things this week. 2.
If you asked me my schedule for this week, I would not know it as well as I know his.
I
he
know.
said it so many times. It's not an excuse. And by the way, he said, you can't hide your face. He said, I'm not hiding my face. I just look tired, which is why you're hiding it. Opie,
Yes.
Stop it. Grow up.
He's doing this on purpose. And he even knows, he's like, maybe because there's a lot of light behind me. Right. All the natural light is behind you. If you would just turn around, I know you want to show off the beach. We all know you live at the beach. If you would just turn around and all that natural light was coming at you, and it wouldn't be sun in his eyes. It's cloudy. It's fine. It would look fantastic.
He will not broadcast without it because then we'll realize that he has no value. His value is in reminding you that he made a lot of money in the past. And if he doesn't have that on display to remind you, he knows you're just going to see some guy with a CB radio talking to truckers and saying their names in funny voices.
I see that already. I'm already on to him, Adam. I'm wise to this.
Yeah.
So let's get into the conversation about religion. I can't think of 2 guys who are better equipped to do this. We have Opie, who doesn't know anything about anything, and then Ron, I guess, is Jewish. And so this is good stuff right here.
And by the way, why do your holidays coincide with our holidays, but it's a shittier version of our holidays?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Christmas is great on our end. Hanukkah, not so much. The Easter's great on our end. We got a bunny and we got treats and candy all over the goddamn place. And you got Passover where you're eating flatbread and looking for dirty money.
Well, it's tasty money. Here, first of all, you better thank us, because without us, there is no fucking Easter. Because Jesus, wait, hold on. Is Easter the one where he like rises from the grave or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that Easter?
Holy shit. Hey guys, next topic. If I'm the producer, I'm in Opie's ear going, next topic. You guys don't know anything about what you're talking about. Is Easter the one where Jesus, I don't know, maybe.
There's a bunny, okay?
Why does the money have to be dirty? I just got it. Why? Why does it have to be? I'm sorry. All right, I'm done.
So these guys are both functionally retarded and shouldn't be having any conversations. But this remind me of something I saw recently. John LaJoie, who I knew about this guy going back to my E-Bombs World days, but then he became Taco on the League. Very funny guy. He's been on the internet making videos for a long time. He's recently been playing with AI and started up this podcast starring Jesus Christ.
No.
Yeah, this is kind of fun.
He's back.
So some people think that there's like weird beef between us, but I gotta say, I love everyone. You know, that's kind of my thing. So that includes you, and I got nothing but love for you, my friend. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me. And yeah, I have no beef with you. To be honest with you, before you reached out to have me on the podcast, I'd literally never heard of you. So like, why would I have beef with you? It makes no sense.
Totally. Yeah, So wait, did you say you've never heard of me?
Oh, no, I don't mean it in an insulting way. I just mean I don't really listen to podcasts. I'm not on social media. I don't watch much TV. Like a lot of people are talking about White Lotus right now. I have no idea what that is. I don't even know what streamer it's on. Are you an actor? Ooh, are you on White Lotus?
No, I'm not on White Lotus. So wait, so you're saying that over all the years of doing what you do on Easter, which arguably is a bit of a lighter lift than what I had to do, you're saying over all that time you've never once heard mention of Jesus?
No, I know what Cheez-Its are. I love Cheez-Its. Dude, I had a weed gummy on my way over here, and I would crush a box of those right now.
Cheez-Its are great, but that's not... there just aren't that many things that people associate with Easter, you know? There's you, and then there's me. Like... I've heard of you.
Well, yeah, I'm the Easter Bunny. Everyone knows the Easter Bunny.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, that was kind of fun. Just the animation of this, and it's a funny premise. Jesus and the Easter Bunny having a conversation on their podcast.
It reminds me of the Bill Burr, Billy Corgan run-in.
A little bit, yeah. Like, wait, what? You? All right, so this is where Opie is auditioning for the radio again. He pulls up a chat, and there's a word in there he does not want to use because he has to show he doesn't use these types of words so he can get back on the mainstream.
Well, Goody Two-Shoes says, don't let me read this, Ron. Right? Ron eats sardines right out of the can like a R-word seagull with zero shame. Do you eat the sardines right out of the can there, Ron?
Did you see how flustered Opie got? Because the guy wrote like a retarded seagull. He goes, like a guy. You'd think he would saw the N-word or something you have to figure out how to say.
But right on the heels of, let me read this, Ron.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he knows Ron will just read the words.
And he wants to come off like he's auditioning for a terrestrial radio gig. And just so you know, everyone in radio, that's how he's going to handle something on the fly.
Yep. Let's go to commercial. Be back after this. So then Opie brings up that his wife and in-laws have one flaw, and that is that they eat sardines. So he says that to Ron. And Ron has the dumbest question ever.
But what do you mean your in-laws? What, are you talking about your wife's family?
I guess I said it. I don't know if you're listening this morning. I said the in-laws and my wife, they got one flaw, just one, and that's that they eat sardines right out of the can.
That.
What do you mean in-laws? You talking about your wife's family? What? You don't know what Easter is? You don't know what in-laws are? Why are you on his show? Why are we having a conversation with this guy? He's out of it.
He can't read the chat, but sometimes he gets rid of that stuff real fast.
Yeah, you notice
he can
that?
when he wants to.
Yeah,
there was something about
things.
Ron that wasn't very pleasant.
Ron is terrible.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who was talking about this now. Might have been Anthony. I think it was Anthony Cumia now I think about it. Where he's going, okay, so Ron is obviously a functional R word. You could be taking advantage of that if that's what you want to do, displaying how dumb he is. But Opie can't even present Ron in a way that's interesting. You're just having a conversation with a guy who can't have a conversation about anything. So
Can't
there's
have
really
a conversation.
no purpose.
The first question he asked him was, hey, you represent the Jewish religion and tell us what it's all about.
Yeah.
And he's like,
how come your holidays are kind of similar to our holidays? I don't think Ron knows the answer to that. I'll be honest with you, Opie.
And I hope he doesn't, because he doesn't need to be representing anybody right now.
Right, yes, please don't.
We have enough stereotypes on the screen right now. We don't need to push it that far.
All right, so Opie starts making huge assumptions about pretty innocuous chat, not even super chat, just a chat that comes in.
When it comes to politics, you're an absolute clown, but I love you, Annoyed Guy 2000 says.
This is what I really was.
All right, so all he says was, when it comes to politics, you're an absolute clown, but I love you. Now, Opie's going to determine everything that's behind that with this guy.
That comes from people that are drinking the Kool-Aid and they see the Trump, right? It's a Trump guy. I don't have time. If you like Trump, that's fine. I got plenty of people around me that like the Trump. That's more than fine. I don't give a crap. Yeah. What I do give a crap about is that you can't see any fault in the guy. Everything he does is glorious. He should be the next goddamn pope if you want to know the truth.
This is why Opie is a clown when it comes to politics, because he sees a comment like this that could mean a lot of different things. And he goes, oh, you just love Trump and everything he does. That's not what he said at all. That's not how I would have taken it.
It's
and
the same
I
thing.
listened to the whole conversation. It's not like there was all this Trump bashing leading up to this either. There wasn't. So it's just like, it's out of nowhere. Yeah. What?
Yeah. He brought it up out of nowhere. And this is what he does anytime anyone mentions any just critical opinion of him. He refuses to believe anyone could possibly hold it, and they're all being blackmailed or held for ransom by opposing forces that are keeping Opie down. So, don't change any behavior, Opie. Just steer the course, and hopefully it'll all go away.
Opie, as a guy who sees a lot of flaws in our current president, President Trump, I think that you are a clown when it comes to politics. Wrap your head around that one. Can you believe that? It's not even that I'm disagreeing with you about Trump, per se. It's that I think you know nothing about the issues and can't explain anything and have no passion towards it.
And the sheer ego,
which is fine,
for this guy to think that what Trump is saying is turning people against you, like Trump is thinking about you and your type. Shut the fuck up.
What I love about Opie and Ron, and I've been obviously a little critical today on the show, but their chemistry. That's something that you can't force something like this to happen. It just happens naturally.
She's more man than girl. Look at her sitting down like a sissy, go ahead.
Sorry, Ron.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ron really is just the worst. I don't know how Opie keeps inviting him on his show. How lonely is this guy? Here's some more examples of great chemistry because we want to know who the man is, of course.
Richie Rich is here. Morning, who the man, 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 who the man. You know what, Ron? I'm going to give it to you today. Richie Rich comes to us every morning with who the man. Who do you got? Is Pope Francis the man for living a decent life? Is J.D. Vance the man for asking for good health for the Pope and then the Pope dies 2 hours later? Is it who else is in the news? Is it the price of gold? Maybe the price of gold is the man today because that's going through the roof because the stock market is so unstable. Who do you got for who the man today, Ron?
This is going back to your example about Quadfather asking you a question and then telling you what the answers are.
It consists of, I'm running out of steam. Can you please talk now? And then you just
And what did you think about that clip? Did you think that like Opie really sucks? Did you think that like Ron was trying to answer but he wasn't able to? Did you think that like maybe Opie should give a little bit of breath, a little bit of air, so that people can chime in with other? It doesn't matter. All right, moving on.
yeah. And
Do you
like
think
Brian,
that demand
Brian
might
Carey,
just be topics?
Yeah, right. What is this who demand? Is it climate change? Is it 48 degrees? Who is demand?
I don't know, but he looks like he's chopping up lines again. This guy, like, he can't be bothered to listen. These hosts drive their co-hosts to cocaine addiction.
For once, I don't blame him.
All right, last clip I have on here because Opie brings up a good point.
All right, listen, Rod, you're just babbling. You're just a babbling fool.
Babble, babble, babble.
Well said, Opie. I'm glad you finally realized that your co-host is a babbling fool and needs to shut the fuck up.
That's what he wants from him. He is so sensitive about Jim and Anthony and anyone else being mean to him or not showing him the respect he deserves and given just the slightest bit of power. All he wants is someone to shit on. But unfortunately, you're so bad at this, Opie, that you pick like guys that aren't great, but no one's like, let's shit on him. It'll feel good. Like, they're just doing you a favor. And that's what we see. We see these guys being nice to you that you're taking advantage of. Very much like our friend Stuttering John.
Yeah, Ron is a slow. I'm pretty sure. We're not all trying to pile on Ron. I'll point out some faults here and there, but you're right. Opie needs that control.
Who are these podcasts?